Can I ask you guys a question? Because today we are going over the sapper's default melee weapon, the good old axe. Now, let's go ahead and start with the stats, shall we? She does a whopping 85 damage. That's quite a lot, with 3 penetration, a range of 5 studs, and a swing speed of 2 seconds. So it's pretty slow and pretty hard hitting. While there are no stat differences in swing types, I will just recommend that the side swing is pretty good, because that can really help you get the full 3 penetration that you didn't pay for, because of course it's free. Anyway, now for swing speed, it's sort of cut in two. Half of it is the charge up time, like you're actually getting the axe up, and the other half is actually swinging it. Very hefty weapon, right? It's really good for taking out groups of zombies at your barricades, where you can just swing your axe repeatedly in between hammer strikes to keep your buildings constructed. It's great for that. Furthermore, with its high damage, it is really good for taking out certain zombies. For instance, it's one of the few melee weapons that can one-shot viral runners, making it a great utility. Because how many times have you been in your team, a viral gets created, they run, they jump on a teammate, vomit down their throat, and you can't kill them in time, so then they become zombified because of chain reaction. We've all been there. The sapper's axe can just boom. Not even a problem anymore. But on the flip side, of course, it is really slow and heavy, and it really sucks in charges. As I mentioned in my hammer video, link in top right, sappers should focus on expanding their defenses during charges anyway, but even if you partake in one, right? Like let's say your officer charges you guys out of the catacombs, your barricades are already done, you just run with them. The axe really sucks when you're charging. Like it's really slow and heavy, like like that. It's like, dude, it kind of sucks. I can't really explain how much I don't like using it in charges because it just sucks that much. Another part of the slow swing speed is that you can't take out runners or rapidly approaching enemies really easily. I'll go over this specific thing in a minute, of course. I'm just mentioning it's really clunky to use. And it means sappers aren't really good at quick takedowns. Of course, that is balanced by the hammer and the pure damage of the axe itself. The cooldown in between swings is usually about 3 hammer swings worth, meaning you can repair your buildings in between strikes to maximize your defensive potential. And considering its slow charge up time, I usually keep the swing ready as I'm entering combat, just to ensure I'm prepared ahead of time, like you're running in, you just have your axe ready. It makes sense. I'll also mention, akin to other melee weapons, it has a headshot bonus. I don't usually talk about them because, I mean, it's like, yeah, you do more damage when you headshot it, woo, yay. But in essence, it's just when you hit a zombie in their head hitbox, it does a little more damage. However, compared to other weapons with the sapper's axe, there is a whopping 5 times multiplier on that. That means you can do 5 times the damage if you hit the enemy in the head. So if you have, for example, a really tricky enemy, lots of health coming at you, compared to a small horde or something, it would make more sense to do an overhead swing, because that way you would definitely hit the head hitbox. You wouldn't really get much out of the penetration, but you'd still bam 5 times the damage. Like, that is mad. I mean, that would be 425 damage if I'm calculating that right, which is madness. If it is 5 times, that's what the wiki says, okay? Don't quote me on that. But sapper's axe also kind of reminds me of the carbine. Why is that, prof? Well, it's because this weapon also has a shove attack. Pressing F or your device's equivalent can produce a shove attack. This can be used on most zombies, excluding Zuraseers, Igniters with their lamps, but they obviously would have thrown it by then, and bombers. It also only works on zappers if you hold it while they swing, or if you time it. I don't really go over that well in my zombie guide, so forgive me. And this basically halts up to 6 zombies for a short amount of time, making it a great way to repair your buildings or take down the zombies with another swing. I would also like to mention, compared to the carbine shove, this shove doesn't deal any damage. Using the shove is also great for damaging doors in the way. It only takes one shove to destroy the doors with the regular old axe. That's honestly pretty good in some maps, because you know, everyone likes spamming their sabers at the door can just get stuck in place. One little shove with your axe, it's gone. It also does slow you down, so just be warned if you do shove in a group of zombies. Sure, you'll shove like a few of them, they'll get stunned, but then you will be slower, so just take care, okay? It can be dangerous. I like shoving behind my buildings, or of course in cases of emergency, like one of my teammates gets tackled by a runner, just shove them, because it takes less time to shove compared to swinging the actual axe in a normal attack. Meaning it's great to save your teammates when time is of the essence, but do know it is still absurdly slow. Runners are especially big fiends against sappers. I'll just mention it again with the axe equipped. It's kind of like how engineers die easily to scouts in Team Fortress 2 unless NG has his buildings nearby. Without stakes, barricades, or caltrops nearby, runners are a big danger as a sapper with the axe equipped. Like, of course that's the same with any other zombie. They're a big danger for the sapper because you only sort of have an axe until you have your buildings down. So just keep in mind, the axe isn't your only weapon, you also have your defensive capabilities with the hammer. Also include this as like a little fun fact because I thought it was interesting. This is the second model of the axe in game, with the flat end. The first one is like a pointy end. But what's funny is that zappers still use the old axe model. I find that really funny. Like, obviously they've been infected and dead for quite a while, so they just didn't get the new axe. Like, that's obviously the lore reason why. Overall, the axe is a great weapon. It's great for defense, but severely lacking in the offensive department. That's something about sapper, right? It's a defensive class. It basically has no offensive options. It is what it is, okay? You're picking sapper to defend your team. I mean, that's basically in essence what the sapper's about. Thanks for watching as always, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you when I see you.